everyone, a warm welcome to you. Hey, thank you for joining me and thank you for subscribing to the channel, hitting the notification button and liking the videos. It all helps towards keeping the channel online and producing work. Now Virgo, this is your reading for October 2020. I can hardly believe I'm saying that. It feels now only a few weeks ago, literally, that we were talking about March readings. The year seems to have spiraled into a fast moving event, and you know, we're almost at the end of it. For a lot of us, we'll say thank God for that, because we've had enough of 2020. But we're still traversing through some really tricky or arduous planetary alignments, and they're playing a role in fundamentally how things are being shaped out here in this timeline on Earth that we're moving through at the moment. So it's not over yet. There's still some feisty energies, especially involving Mars, and Mars is pretty full on, and it's in Aries, picking up that Aries-Mars synergy that makes it even more combustible. So some of the other things that are happening in October are Pluto stations direct in Capricorn on October the 4th, Mercury stations retrograde on the 13th, there's a new moon in Libra on the 16th of October, the Sun enters Scorpio on the 22nd, and on the 31st, of course, is Halloween. Now Mars is in retrograde until November the 14th, but it also even moves around and holds a main stage until February of 2021. So things are going to be fairly full on and, you know, change, inevitable change. Also the bigger planets like Jupiter and those outer planets, Pluto, they're all forming new change that is coming to us. So more than anything, be prepared for change in our lives as we move into the second year of this new decade of the 20s. Now before I start your reading, I was doing some intuitive work for you and now that I look at the notes I've written, it seems very apt. Your message that you got was life is speeding up. So for some of you Virgos, things might be speeding up for you, and that could be in many different directions. I've also got the number 2. Now the number 2 came out twice for you, so like a doubling up. So this could be in terms of partnership, or it could reference balance is required. Also the other little saying that came out was this and that are true. So I think it's giving you the opportunity to broaden a perspective around something that you might have. If you've been limiting yourself to one view or one paradigm or one option around a choice or a direction you're wanting to make, there's more than one way to skin a cat, or there's more than one way to see it, or there's more than one way to understand something, and there's more than one option. So the this and that are true gives you the ability to say, okay, I'll try this for a change, or I'll try that direction and we'll make that different. So I feel as though there's, given that this life is speeding up for in whatever way that means to you and however that will affect you, there seem to be a lot of other alternatives that you might look into, or that you might broaden yourself into one way or another. But let's see what the cards are going to show for you as the main part of the reading. So first of all, we will use this deck. I'll put these two aside a little bit over here. This is a full tarot deck, and these are cards that have colours around the boundaries, so they are very indicative of the chakra energy colours as well. Now the first two cards you got out were the King of Coins and the Seven of Wands, both in the same colour palette, interestingly enough. This guy can represent yourself. It's the earth sign energy, so it could be a Virgo or a Capricorn or a Taurian person, so it could be yourself. And the kings usually say to us that this is your particular type of energy in its most elite, or in its best form. It means you have accomplished things, you are understanding life, you feel confident, you have a sense of security and of practicality, and also of knowledge and wisdom and understanding. So this could just be representing you at this present point in time. If it's not you, it could be someone coming in who is a financial advisor, or someone who perhaps has something to do with your finances. It can be someone who offers a job, so like an employer, or if this is you, you might be owning a company, and the Seven of Wands is all about feeling into the frequency of our creative resources. They're often about feeling maybe caught in a situation or being in a holding pen, if you like. Sometimes they take a little bit of working out, and they can often resemble time, and that time is working its way through something. But this Seven of Wands in particular can be very much about standing up for your rights, or being heard, or being seen. And it can also represent being self-employed. Now these two together are highly representative of a feeling of being self-employed. Some of you may be going into this realm, or if you own a business of your own, it may be growing. Some of you might be thinking of going into contract work. You may have been employed by a company that has maybe made some cutbacks, but they're still wanting to employ people on contracts or something along those lines, which in terms is a little bit of being self-employed. I get the feeling that these two in particular seem to be talking quite a lot about career or money or options or creativity. Some of you may find that you go into the artistic realm and you start becoming a producer of something. You're making something to sell to people, and it's being driven from your own knowledge or ability to create these things. They're both positive cards in many, many ways. We also see all this purple and pink and purple that's really reverberating through these cards. So this is the area of the crown chakra and the third eye up in the head. So your head or your thinking or ideas may be really empowered in this month of October. It may be that you've got a project on your mind, or you've been contemplating something, or you're thinking of putting it into action. You may also receive insight, like through your intuitive abilities or through your third eye. You may be involved in some really interesting dreams that give you ideas, or just that you find really interesting. You may also be awakened in this part of your body to a higher degree, and that you find more synchronistic events or more information coming into you from the areas of the crown chakra and the third eye, which could be really beneficial in many, many ways, especially for creativity. So a nice start there, Virgo. Let's pick up the rest of the cards and see what else is coming out. So this is for Virgo. For October. Okay, so a whole lot shot out there at once, and I think we will have to go ahead and use them. So now we have the King of Wands, and he's also in the same colour palette. These kings could be brothers, they could be family members, they could be co-workers. They seem to go quite well together. The King of Wands is a fire sign, so this could be a fire sign person who is also involved perhaps in the career or ideas or creativity or passion. It could be that these people are potential new partners or current partners as well, or some sort of family members. But somehow in October I feel as if they're playing some sort of role in and around possibly a creative project or potentially a career-related project. So that these kind of ones bunch themselves up over here as if they're gathering together to form a bit of a story. The Nine of Wands is also again about feeling as though you've put a lot of effort into something and being very passionate about this creative resource. Now the orange border around this card does represent the sacral chakra area, and that's this area through the body here. So this is our creativity in life, and you know, it's a wands card again, and whilst this one was this color, this one is giving us this color. So wands that are giving us a creative flair or passion or excitement or fire around ideas or new situations or career options or modalities. You know, it could even involve learning something for some of you, learning a new part of a career or uplifting a new protocol in your life that you might want to grow and develop, whether it's right now or you're planning on this for a future change. But we're seeing this creativity coming out of you Virgos. Are you all going to burst into becoming artists? You know, are you going to become creators of some sort of design, or you implementing something that's going to go out and become known and going to become almost like a potential for earning money? There's something tied up here in all of this. Let's see what is over here. Another court card. He is upside down. Again, I hadn't really taken much notice of this because as all the cards popped out. But how many wands do we now have? 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 out of 6 cards are wands. This is a time of high creativity for you guys, or high energy around your career sector, or some sort of creativity and passion, and like firing you up, zesting you up for something. The Knight of Wands, even though he did come in reversed, and he's got the blue outline, which is about the throat chakra energy, so it can be about communication. So communicating this potential new endeavor or excitement or passion or idea or prospect. It's about needing to perhaps turn him around and get him facing up the right way, so that any part of this new endeavour can run full steam ahead. He is the concept of new ideas coming in, which we've talked about before. It feels as though there's a new direction or a new idea. He's very full of passion, and he can come in at the quickest of paces and stir things up and create much fun, actually, much fun and enjoyment, and then just dissipate and disappear. Oftentimes readers say this guy is not here for long, but he's here to stir things up and change the way you think about something, or how you react or act about something. Again, he could be a potential person coming in your life, a new person, possibly a romantic person. If not that, he could just be someone you meet who is part and parcel of this whole wand package that you seem to be soaking in for the month of October. Now, the Three of Wands, again, is a little bit reversed, but still back here in this whole energy of potential career or passion or hobbies. You know, for those of you who aren't in the working sector of your life, this can also be about your hobbies or things that you're passionate about. And again, we see this in a reversed position. So you've had a few reversals that have turned up. I just think for now it means that they're either trying to get your attention more with the potentiality of what the cards mean, or that they're going to hold things up a little bit. The Three of Wands, in traditional terms, if we turn it up the right way, is about expansion and contemplation of where you might be going. Now, this card can also often turn up when you own your own business, or you are starting some sort of business. This may also be even from a philanthropic perspective, in terms of being, you know, like a helper or a nurturer, or supporting a cause or a case. Some of you might be in the community doing voluntary work, or starting a new idea or concept around helping people or helping situations out. There's actually quite a lot of that that's being seeded at the moment in 2020, because we can see so much change coming in, and we can see people who feel either vulnerable or annoyed about old systems that have been in place that have perhaps put imbalance towards some people in society or some portions of society. So change is imminent, and sometimes when you get the reversed card coming in, it can mean exactly that perhaps you're going to go around and make some sort of changes, and you're passionate about it, and it's in the area of your creativeness, or perhaps a career as well. This is the solar plexus area of the body, and this is about inner strength and feeling strong and passionate about what it is you're doing. Now, given that it's upside down, it may have needed a little bit of a boost, or freeing up, or opening up a bit. It might be really good for you to meditate on this if you're thinking, should I or shouldn't I, or is this the way, or is this not the way? Because remember that first message that I said to you, I'll just pick my piece of paper up, when I said This and that are true. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, and there's more than one perspective to look at, especially if this is in terms of something you are trying to create, whether it be a new movement, whether it be a new business, whether it be change in the current job you're in, whether it be something you're passionate about, or that you are designing, inventing, or making in an artistic sense. So I think we'll put those cards down for now, and we'll come to the next deck and see what's in store for you guys. This is the Energy Oracle deck. I really love working with this deck. It's got some really nice energies in it. Deceit. Yeah, yuck. He's not very nice, so if he's around, watch out for him. You just don't even need to know much more than that. The card tells you everything. Look at his yucky hands and the way he's holding those coins. It could be a little bit of deceit around money. You might find there could be some fraudulent activities going on, or someone that is telling you something that's not true. If a system or something that you might be signing up for sounds too good to be true and you're second guessing it, trust your inner instinct, listen to what your gut's telling you and make a decision that way, because there are some people around who probably would be advisable to give them a miss. Be careful of your online banking and your personal information. Don't leave your car unlocked if you're going out somewhere. You know, don't leave your handbag in it or your passport lying around. Just be doubly careful of things like that. Let's see what else is there in here for Virgo. The garden and the gate. The garden and the gate again is just about exploring new opportunities and possibilities. If you see closely, she has a necklace with a key on it around her neck, and she seems a little bit apprehensive about taking a step in this new direction and wondering what the great world out there has in store for her. Well, she has the key, and she's the one who can open the gate and start walking in a bigger, more expansive field. And again, this could relate to that message, this and that are true. You know, from where she is standing, her perspective of life is true for her at the moment. But if she were to open the gate and walk through and start walking across the hills in the distance, the perspective that she would see then would be very different, but it would also be true. So it just depends, where do you want to see things from in terms of, you know, contemplating change or moving further out into something. This is for Virgo. How nice. You have Archangel Raphael, who's come in to give you some heart healing and some nurturing in that area of life. Now, some of you, this may be physical. So if you've had something that's been in the chest area, and it could have been something like the big V, which may have implicated your chest or your lungs. It could be the big C that you might have had in lungs. It could be a heart issue that you may be working on. Archangel Raphael can help to bring in more balanced energy physically to your life. So call upon him for the month of October and really embrace those warm, loving, nurturing, energetic fields that can come in. He also clearly works on the emotional realm. So if any of you have had heart healing that you would like to have undertaken, you can utilize Raphael for that as well. Some of you may have been hurt through trauma in terms of romantic relationships, or even through family relationships, or friends, co-workers, bosses, all sorts of energy fields that can create pain in our heart. And when we get emotional pain, we can also find that that distorts itself through to the physicality of life. So a good one to call upon. And again, beautiful cornucopia. These are like the wishes come true, the harvest of life. And this can be in any field. It's a magical card to receive. It's the number 11 or 2, like a master number. And it's a wish card. It's saying that the universe can deliver for you if you are ready to receive the riches of the universe. So focus on that one again, perhaps, for the reading. Other than him, he's just a bit creepy, so we'll turn him that way. We don't even want to see him. But other than him, you've got some beautiful glowing golden energies. You've got the angelic energy coming in from the cosmos to surround you with love. You know, everybody enjoys the peace and harmony and balance and calm and nurturing of love. So we're just going to finish your reading with one of these cards from the Chakra deck. This is for Virgo for October 2020. And we've got connection, and that's through the heart energy as well, because that is the heart chakra colour, the green. This says universal oneness, love, which we've just talked about, interconnection and support. So I'm going to read to you from the book as to what this is actually about, because the book has some beautiful words, and I feel that the words themselves really have a lot of, you know, positive vibrational frequencies within them. Connection. This card is about connection with others. It is about feeling the oneness and interconnection of all life, opening your heart to love and be loved. Amidst the pressures and rapid pace of life, it is easy to become so focused on getting things done that we disconnect from the greater flow. It's as though there's a clear mountain stream running right beside us, but we choose to drink from a puddle instead. This card is an invitation to re-engage with the world around you and to honour your place in the interconnectedness of life. Realise your part in the chain of life. Feel the connection with the food you eat, the people you associate with, and the work that you engage in. Realise that all people who cross your path during the day are each playing out their own lives, but in doing this they are playing a part in your world also. This card also encourages you to engage in relationships openly and deeply. Honour your role and play your part in building a strong connection with your partner or those you are most intimate with. There is a difference between being physically present and genuinely connected. It is time to make a conscious effort to open yourself up to deeper levels of engagement and connection in your relationships. From this type of connection, we are able to make mistakes, show our true selves, and express our fears without judgment. From this type of connection, we can feel unconditional love. We support each other and have the opportunity to truly expand awareness of ourselves and awareness of another human being. It is through this genuine connection in the ordinary moments that we open ourselves to the extraordinary possibilities. We all share this planet. We are all connected to one another, and all are loved. Ponder on the thought of universal oneness. Feel part of this interconnected consciousness and honour your link in the chain. Connect. And that is the last part of the message for your reading for October for 2020. And I think that is a wonderful, positive, powerful card. And when we think about it, we are truly connected globally, and we're seeing people linking themselves up through various causes around the world. And I talked to you a little bit before about that, feeling that some of you might even be taking that on board, or being interested in some sort of community awareness or a charitable cause that might be on the hearts of some of you Virgos. You know, getting into that passion of life and getting into that heartfelt energy of wanting to help others and help yourself at the same time. So your connections may very well grow as the year grows and we move into October and then on to the rest of the year. And with that connection, you may find deep and profound moments of love and feelings of the bliss state that come as well. So thank you all for subbing the channel, for tuning in, for listening to the video. I love it when you leave your comments, as does the rest of the community. Check your moon and rising signs as well, because you might find just as beautiful messages there. Take care everyone. Much love. Namaste.